Retain gang, what's poppin', man? This your boy Tay, back at y'all again. I show my gratitude for everybody clicking on this video. I hope everybody's having a blessed day, right? Before we start the video, make sure you hit that like button and hit that bell if you haven't subscribed already, man, so you don't miss a video. Let's get this video in the algorithm, man. I greatly appreciate y'all. So fellas, I just want to talk to y'all today. You know, NoFap is a necessity for all men, especially if you're struggling with corn, you don't have much self-control, and you want to get out of that, you know, that cycle, that rut. NoFap is a necessity. More now than it has ever been. And the reason why I say that, guys, is because in today's age, with the internet, cheeks all over the internet, you got free corn, it's all over the place. It makes it very hard for us to really focus and function as men, how we're supposed to be. All right? See, when my grandfather and even my dad was coming up, they didn't really have to deal with this. You know, my grandfather was born in the 1920s. So if you wanted a woman back then, for one, you only had to choose from the women that was in your community. You know, and you actually had to talk to women. You had to have the skills and the resources to find a wife. Even my dad was born in the 60s, late 60s, so you had to actually talk to women. They didn't have the internet. You didn't have phones. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have access to all these different women and cheeks and digital cheeks and corn. It just wasn't there. Right? So nowadays we have all this access, and I believe that it's a blessing and a curse. Because I feel like in a time before where we were only limited to our community, our city, now you have access to all these people all over the world. People that you might not have ever supposed to be in contact with, but now you have contact with them, and it's doing numbers to you psychologically. All right? I don't think we're supposed to have all this access. It's too much access. A lot of guys have so much anxiety and fall in depression. You start losing enthusiasm because if you can just go on your phone and get instant pleasure, what is the incentive for going out and talking to a woman? What is the incentive for going out and getting your life right? It's not. There is none. Right? I got all the women, all the pleasure on my phone. That's all I gotta do. When I get off work, I'm gonna go home, get my Jergens, have some napkins, and I'm gonna go crazy. Right? That's how a lot of guys think these days. And I'm here to tell you, it's time to disconnect. All right? NoFap is essential for all men. It's like a rites of passage. See, it's a new age rites of passage. I feel like NoFap is a rites of passage for this day and age. In ancient cultures, when the boys came of age, when they were in that transition to become men, they would all have to go through a rites of passage, which was a series of tests that the men would have to go through to prove their manhood. And it was going to test them mentally, spiritually, physically, right? Put them through stress, make them think, use their mind, how to get out of a situation. They had to be in tip-top shape to pass those trials. But when they passed, they got their rights to be a man. They got their respect. All right? As a man, you have to be under control. You have to have that self-control. You have to use your mind. You have to be able to fight temptation. Okay, that's what the rites of passage is. NoFap is that. It's you tearing down anything, any distractions that's trying to keep you away from being a man. Keep you away from having self-control. NoFap does that for you. That's how I started my journey. Right? I didn't start off with semen retention. I started NoFap. But when I started, see, back then, semen retention and NoFap was essentially the same thing. It's just that NoFap is you don't look at corn. Right? You don't masturbate the corn. Which is the same thing. You're holding on to your seed. They had hard mode and easy mode. Easy mode was you don't look at corn, but you still release with your lady or whatever. And then you had hard mode, which was you don't do none of that. Hard mode is what they call monk mode now, where you're celibate, you don't do anything. All right. NoFap is essential for every man because it's going to help you get rid of that instant gratification, and you can actually get out into the world and better yourself, gain the skills that you need to talk to women, to become a better man. All right. I was at a point in my life, man, where the corn was heavy. You know, it was something that I couldn't shake because it's addictive, guys. It plays on. Understand this, guys. When you're watching the corn sites, when you're looking at the cheeks, it's releasing those same drug-like chemicals. Okay, this is why it's so addictive. It's the same chemicals that you get when you take a hit, or any type of addiction. Caffeine, nicotine, any of those things, right? It's the same. It's giving you that same pleasure, and you get attached to this, right? You form a soul tie with these things. All right. And I talk to a lot of guys, man. I do consultations all the time, and guys tell me how hard it is to shake this. It's a hard habit to shake. But I'm telling you right now, this is your rites of passage. All right. If you're having a hard time with the corn, just take it one day at a time. Do what you can control right now. You can only control today. Don't worry about going 60 days or 90 days or how many days. Worry about today. Can you get through today without busting your nut? Can you get through today without, losing control over yourself and losing your energy, doing things that you're going to regret? Let's focus on today's distractions, today's trials and tribulations, okay? And I promise you guys, when you take it like this, one step at a time, it's going to make your journey a lot easier. You're going to see yourself improving a lot more, and you're going to lose some of that anxiety as well. Because it's a lot of pressure to try to tell yourself, I'm not going to ever release again, or I'm not going to ever look at corn again. Don't put that much pressure on yourself. Just tell yourself, I'm going to get up today and I'm going to do the best that I can today. That's it. Don't be so hard on your childlike self. Okay, because that's essentially all we are, is our childlike self. This body ages, but we're still our child. So you don't want to beat up on your inner child. That's child abuse. You know what I'm saying? Always forgive yourself, and always tell yourself that you can do better. Always tell yourself that you want to strive to be the best version of yourself. You feel what I'm saying? NoFap is essential for every guy, because in order for us to evolve to a higher version of ourselves, we have to control that root chakra. Okay? Our root chakra is being attacked today. Everywhere you look is sex, sex, sex. Always sex. And I'm not saying sex is bad, but the way that it's being promoted to us is not the right way. We look at it as an object, something to get our pleasure. We look at the women as objects. Women look at men as objects, a tool to be used. And that's not the right mindset. Sex is supposed to be a vehicle to allow us to reach our higher self. Even with your lady, even in a relationship with your wife, sex is a vehicle that you guys use. Sex is a vehicle that you use to connect on a spiritual level. Okay? And that's what it is. But we're taught the opposite. We're taught that it's just something that you do to get pleasure. Guys are taught that they can just release their seed and there's no consequences. And that's wrong, guys. Guys think they can just release. That's not true. We got to start being our own scientists. We got to start experimenting on ourselves, doing the research. Know thyself. Know thyself means exactly what it says. You got to know who you are, right from head to toe. You should know every inch of your body. You should know the inside of your body. Okay, I feel this way today. It must be something wrong with this or that, right? That's when you truly start to be in tune with yourself. But if you don't do that, man, you're never going to grow. You're never going to know, right? See, guys, NoFap is essential to all men because this is what it teaches us. All right, this day and age, man, it's going to help us to reprogram and to detach from all of these things that are attacking us today. We're being attacked so heavily today. I don't think y'all understand. This spiritual war is crazy. If the men are constantly losing their seed and spending all their spiritual currency, just wasting it, how are you going to fight this spiritual war? How can us men stand up and be men? How can we be the so-called alphas to our women? You know, it's not going to happen, guys. We gotta bring that balance back. Okay, guys, and it starts with us. It starts with us doing our part. Start controlling your energy. I'm not saying that you got to go forever. I'm not telling you to never release, not to have a girlfriend, none of that, guys. It's just self-control first. When you can control yourself, control your urges, and not be controlled by what you see, by some cheeks, by lust, none of that, you're going to see yourself become a better man. You're going to see opportunities coming your way. You're going to see yourself being blessed, being protected, being connected. You're going to feel the presence of the Most High God. This is the work that we got to put in, guys. The work is inner, not outer. Internal, not external. All right? Retain Gang, it's your boy Tay. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. If you guys want to support or donate to the channel, I'll leave my links in the description and in my pinned comments. Also, if you guys need a consultation, somebody to talk to, you got questions, I'll also leave my links in the description for that as well. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, y'all have a blessed day, and I'm out. Peace.